Hi guys, welcome to today's video where we're going to talk about leveraging business capital to invest in real estate. One of the things that business owners often ask me is where they're going to get the money from and how they're going to be able to invest in the real estate that they want to. And this video is really answering some of those questions for you. What I would say to you is business owners often have capital that's available to them that they don't know can be leveraged for real estate purposes. Now, it may be in existing buildings or land, it may be in machinery, it may be in plant and equipment, it may be in a certain technology that can be used in their firm. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if you own motor vehicle assets, for example, those assets are going down in value, they're a depreciating asset. Instead of owning them outright, why don't you finance them and use some of that capital that you can raise through that process to then go and put into an appreciating asset like property. We had one client that owned a retail business and they decided that rather than investing in more stock and more inventory, they had a very large inventory holding already. They were going to diversify that by buying another retail location using existing stock levels and thus doubling the size of their business and using the other location as a diversified real estate asset as well, making them a landlord in the process and a multi-site operator. We had a online and e-commerce business, so they were very used to using a third-party logistics company to do their logistics, warehousing and distribution. They decided to bring that in-house, buy a warehouse and run those logistics and operations out of that location. So they took the money that they were spending on third-party logistics and effectively said, this is a very important point. These guys, this e-commerce business decided that the money that we're paying to our 3PL, we can actually use that to buy a property. That was their thinking. It wasn't that they were going to save a lot of money by running it in-house. It wasn't that they're going to get headaches from their business or that it's going to be challenging. They're going to have to put in processes and systems and get additional employees. All of that was weighed into the decision. But they wanted to own their own property. And they decided that the costs that they were putting towards that logistics action in the business could be redirected towards owning the real estate asset. And in fact, what that allowed them to do, because I still have these clients, they ended up performing much better as a result of owning that piece of real estate. They were able to get more synergies out of it. The business has grown. And in not so long, we should be able to buy them another site or a larger site to run their business out of. Another example I have is a real estate agent. So I actually have a client. So as a commercial buyers agency, we actually have a residential real estate agent client that has a very successful residential real estate business and wanted to diversify some of their asset base. So they went ahead and bought a couple of blocks of units, just some of those small ones that you see in suburban locations, 6 apartments to a block, 8 apartments to a block. What was so key for them though is they already owned the property management services that they could plug into that business. So they looked at it and they said, well, hold on, whatever they charge, 6-7% to manage property, we're going to make 6 or 7% from managing the property. We're going to be able to make any sales within the property on our own and make commission from those sales. And in fact, that's what they did. And we're going to be able to use these assets down the track if we want to redevelop or do some sort of other investment activity with that land. So in their case, they were actually using the services that they already offer to budget where their repayments and income would be from that particular property. So that's a unique situation, but it's an example of using an existing capital investment in the business and saying, well, I can put this towards that business, I can put these costs towards that asset, and that will actually grow both my business and my asset. And that's what we're all trying to do. We're all trying to grow both our businesses and our assets. And that's a fantastic way to do it. The other thing that I don't think a lot of business owners realize is that when you have sales, when you have turnover revenue, that's something that is very significant, right? You may be turning over $1 million and you may be left over with $100,000 profit at the end of the year. But when the financial institutions weigh up your P&L statement, they do realize, well, this guy's bringing in X amount of dollars. It's verified by bank statements. Obviously, they do their due diligence. But that is something that financial brokers and finance experts can use to actually give you an opportunity to leverage yourself from a business into real estate ownership. The way to do that is to get a good accountant, a good financial advisor, a good commercial or property buyer's agent, and having a team of people that are working towards you fulfilling your dream of buying another piece of real estate. That's very, very important. I cannot stress that enough, that you've got a good team behind you helping you leverage your capital. A lot of people think that they can buy real estate on their own. There are no secrets. The market that we're currently in has been a fantastic market for such a long period of time that almost anyone, there were periods there where if anyone bought real estate, it performed really well and they've made money and it's gone up 2, 3, 4 times the value. And that's fantastic. I'm very happy for those people. But there was no skill involved. It was just taking a risk. Where we come in, where experts make suggestions and consult on decisions within your real estate investment portfolio, there is strategy involved. There's data involved. There is research involved. There is reporting involved. And so it takes it to that other level of, look, I want to own X amount of properties. How will I go about doing that if I go to the right people? And that's probably something that, we should be very frank about. If you're just trying to buy one more property, maybe you don't need it. Maybe you don't need a team of experts. You just wing it. Good luck to you. And you've bought one more property. But if you have a dream of buying any more than 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 40, 50, 100, whatever that dream is, if you get on the ladder now and work with the right people, not only are you working with great people in the industry, informed people in the industry, but you're learning as a result. I did an MBA because I thought that in my business ownership, I was lacking some skills and things that I wanted to have in my repertoire to use as a businessman. But let me tell you, this could be an MBA for you. You don't need to go and pay the $100,000 to a university. You could go and say, I'm going to buy a property for myself. I'm going to pay the right people to help me do it. You might do a couple of courses, you might read a couple of books, but most importantly, you're going to upskill yourself. You're going to learn. And we are all learning creatures. We love to learn. People get sick and tired of just coasting. They want to upskill. They want to learn. They want to get better at what they do. And real estate is no exception to that. So there is a lot to learn. There is a lot of experts out there. You've got to follow the right people. There are nefarious characters that will sell you anything. I do not agree with that part of the industry. I don't believe that all real estate is good real estate. I think there's great real estate, there's poor real estate, and there's very average real estate. So we want to make sure that we get you into some real estate that is high quality, A-grade stuff that will deliver you the results that you want, because getting stuck with bad real estate is really, really troublesome. And if you know anyone that's happened to, or if it's happened to you at any point in your life, then you know that it can be a very, very difficult and cumbersome situation to get yourself out of. So thanks, guys. This is all about leveraging your capital. I'm very interested in helping you do this, and there are many, many options to leverage that capital. Another one that you could use would be to, if you have certain stock levels, inventory levels within your business, is to run those inventory levels down. That is cash sitting in your business. So if you've got $200,000 worth of stock, and when you look at your business, you're turning over $300,000 at a margin of 100%. So that means that for the $300,000 turnover, you only need $150,000 worth of stock every year, and you're holding $200,000. You've got $50,000 extra in stock. So you need to sell some down, turn it into cash, and let us use that cash to invest in some real estate. The thing that I would say about money is that money is meant to be used. Sitting in the bank, sitting in stock, sitting in machinery, sitting in plant and equipment, sitting in a term deposit is not the best use of your money. You can see now with inflationary pressures, you can see what's happened with the property market recently. Yes, you know what? It is possible. All markets go up and down, but generally over time, you will be better off having held an investment in real estate than in even keeping it in cash. And you can see that all around you with the price of things. Things cost more today, which means your money in the bank sitting in cash is worth less because you can't get the same property you could 5-10 years ago with the same amount of money. That means the value of money has gone down. The value of real estate has gone up. So I'd rather own real estate than own cash. And that's my view. That's what I'm here to share with you guys. You're lucky. You're small business owners. You've got money coming in. Don't sit on that money though, because the value of money is going down. Let us help you get onto the real estate ladder. Thanks, guys.